Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another eyeshadow palette review. I have been on such a roll with these. I'm feeling the eyeshadow palette. There's so many new releases though, and there's like a bunch more coming. But today we're going to be testing out, swatching, demoing, and reviewing the brand new Huda Beauty Rose Gold Palette Remastered. This is basically meant to be like her old textured rose gold palette, but apparently better. Now, unfortunately, I never got my hands on the original textured rose gold one, so I'm not actually able to compare the two of them. There are a lot of videos though that are, but instead what we'll actually do today is compare this to the Desert Dusk. So yeah, if you're new to the brand, it might give you a little bit of an idea of which one that you want to go for. But yes, if you are interested in seeing a full review on this bad boy, then please keep on watching. So this is the external packaging. It's got like a reflective rose gold front to it, and it's got like roses sort of embossed on the front. There's a bunch of stuff on the back, and the ingredients is actually a sticker. So I'd say perhaps they changed the formula after the boxes were printed maybe. It says on the back, what you thought was love was barely a crush. Introducing the Rose Gold Palette Remastered, 18 revamped eyeshadows. So we've got 8 buttery mattes, we've got 8 melted metals, and we've got 1 jet black wet and dry shadow. Ooh, so you can use it as eyeliner as well. Oh, and then there's also 1 pressed pearl. Cool. It says here on her website, the palette is inspired by Huda's obsession with the absolute most necessarily colors you need on an everyday basis. Okay, so it's kind of like an everyday neutral palette apparently. $65 US. This cost me an absolute fortune to get to me here in Australia. Let's not even go there. It's not even worth going there. What is with people in international shipping? Like, why do I have to sell my house to order your products? Why? You guys. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love the roses. Oh, her makeup looks so nice. Oh, her nails look so nice. Oh, the beauty part is like in like a metallic pink. Yeah, this palette is so pretty. Oh my god. All right, so opening her up, we do have a big mirror, which is good to see. You also get a plastic cover for the powder. It's the same image that's on the front, really pretty. Here are all the shadows in this one. It's definitely very different to the Desert Dusk one. Like I can already certainly see some differences there. The bottom row is all matte. Then we've got 3 more mattes here and then a mixture of those shimmers. The thing that I am noticing is these shimmers along the top here, there's actually like an indentation. Like it looks like they've been pressed in. Can you see that? Yeah, I think it's picking up. So that's one thing. As a first impression, I think the colors in this look absolutely gorgeous. You know, looking at it, I can definitely see a bunch of different looks that I would love to create. I love these pinks here. I love Man Eater. You guys know I always go for the same colors, right? You're probably like, Nikia, we get it. This looks like a beautiful palette. So yeah, what we're gonna do now is the part that you're all anticipating. We're gonna swatch all of the shadows live on camera so that you can see the formula, the texture, the colors close up. Then we're gonna create a full look using the palette on my eyes. So yeah, let's jump into the swatches. Okay, so here is another look at the palette. I feel like I didn't do it justice before. Look how beautiful it is. Oh my gosh. And all of the colors, you know, it's definitely fair to say it is a very pretty looking palette. Like I feel good looking at this. I feel good. Moving on to the swatches. Starting off on the top row, we're going to do all the shimmers first. So that first one's kind of like a khaki gold kind of color. Then sort of like a maroony red, a duochrome gold, another kind of duochromey pink. Love this one here. This pinky cool tone shimmer. Then a gold, then a matte pink. The mattes I did have a fair bit of trouble swatching, and then a lighter matte pink, and then finally a sort of like a warm tone crease color there. The one's definitely got like a pinky undertone as well. It's very, very pretty. So that's the first half of the palette swatched. Moving on to the second half, we've got a beautiful, rich, sort of bronzy gold, a lighter sort of champagne gold, and then kind of like a pinky gold, a matte black shadow. I had to go over this one a fair few times to get the color to show up. Again, with this one, this is like a cool tone transition color. Had a really hard time getting the swatch to show up, but you can see the color is very nice. Then like a berry red kind of color. To be fair, I was fairly disappointed. A lot of these shadows look so much brighter in the pan than they actually do in the swatches. The swatches look quite muddy in my opinion, but yeah. Alright, so that was all of the swatches. I do have to say I was actually pretty disappointed in some of these colors when swatching. Obviously the mattes were chalky, but I would never expect a matte shadow to not be chalky basically with a finger swatch. I've said it in so many videos and I'll say it again. Finger swatches are in no way indicative of how a shadow will perform on the eye. So please don't judge the palette based purely on that. But the issue that I do have is a lot of the colors when swatched on my skin, they just weren't as vibrant as they are in the palette. They came across like a little bit muddy, like quite muted down. Yeah, so that's just like an impression that I have right now. Obviously, again, it doesn't matter what they look like swatched on my arm. I'm not going to be walking around with them swatched on my arm. What matters is how they perform on my eyes. So let's jump into the tutorial. Now I have primed my eyes using the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot, and then I've set that down with a translucent powder because also this palette does not have a bone color or a matte lighter color to set down the lid. I definitely probably would have preferred that to be in here, but again, that's my preferences. So let's go. Oh, it's just so pretty to look at. I mean, it's gorgeous. I feel like we should try some of the shimmers. I feel like we should try some of the mattes. So let's start out with maybe Demure. Let's try Demure through the crease as a transition color. So picking it up on a large fluffy brush, I'm gonna work that one through the crease. So the pigmentation of that is actually showing up much better on my eyes than it did on my arm. So I will say that. It's actually a really pretty color. It's actually quite a different color than I've seen in a lot of palettes as well. Also, sorry that it's taken me so long to get this video up. I tried to get the palette and then it was sold out, and then I had to wait until it was back in stock and then purchase it, and then the shipping took ages to get here to Australia. So yeah, I'm really happy with how that color is blending out. Like, I think that looks really, really nice. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to work that through the lower lash line as well. Oh, I like that color. Smoking it out. Oh, gee, at this point it looks like I've got an infection now. My eyes are crazy. Moving on. Okay, I'm going to go into Doll Face now, this color here. I'm feeling the pinks. Oh, pretty. And I'm going to work that one sort of through the crease as well, but sort of keeping it a little bit more tighter in the actual crease and closer to the lid than that previous shade. All right, buffed all of that out. I'm going to go in now with Man Eater, which is this beautiful, vibrant red shade. I will say too, I do get a fair bit of kickback when pressing into these shadows lightly with a brush. It's not terrible, but it's definitely there. So taking this, whoa, okay, that looks way better on my eyes than it's swatched on my arm. When I swatched it on my arm, I was like, oh, that's not what I thought. I'm basically working that one through the crease as well. Okay, so that's blended out really, really nice. It's not choppy or patchy at all. I'm quite happy with that actually. That's good. Okay, using that same blending brush, I'm going to pick up a little bit of the black. I'm very interested in this black shadow. And we will try it as a liner as well. But will she blend? I mean, it's a bit early to tell. I'll keep going. It's actually grabbing in a lot of places on my lid, like you can probably see on camera. It's just sort of a little bit patchy through here. I mean, I'm okay with a shadow if I have to take a little bit longer to blend it out. Like, I don't necessarily have an issue with that. It's whether or not I can actually get it to blend properly, even if it does take a little longer. I mean, ideally, you know, you wouldn't have any issues. I'm having a fair bit of trouble getting this to blend. It's very, very patchy all the way through here. And there's quite a distinct line between where the black ends and then those other warm colors start. So what we'll probably do is we'll come back with some more red and try and blend that one out. But I'll just do the other side. You never know, it might work differently on this side too. Could be texture on my eyelid. Like, I'm always willing to give things a go. Now, mind you, I took a very small amount of that black eyeshadow, and as you can see, it's quite pigmented. It's very deep. It's very, very black, which is probably why I'm having issues blending it. Typically with a black eyeshadow, you know, the more pigment particles that it has inside the formula, the harder it is to blend, unless they add like a tiny little bit of a shimmer, because then you can add more oil to the formula and then, you know, it's a lot easier to blend. I mean, it looks okay when I'm looking ahead, but yeah, if you look closely at my eyes, you know, looking down, it's not going amazing. Like, I can't just leave that. I wouldn't be comfortable just moving on to the next step. I need to go back and smooth this out. So to do that, I'm taking another blending brush and I'm going to go back into Man Eater, which is the shadow that we used first. I'm going to try this. I'm going to use that one just over the top, and using circular motions moving upwards and outwards, I'm going to try and blend out that line. Yeah, that's not really working. There are some nice dark browns in this palette, so we could try that as well. God, I feel like that's just making it worse. Is that making it worse? No. I'm going to try Cocoa, which is this deep brown shade, just on the same brush. Tapped off the excess. And I'm going to see if I can use that to blend out that sort of rigid line that's going on there. That's not really working either. And if anything, we're just losing that beautiful red colour that we started with, which I really liked. But it's all getting a little bit crazy. Let's move on. I'm going to take a little of black truffle and pack it on the outside of my lid here. I mean, look at that. Can you see it? There's a line that ends like literally like right there. Looks quite messy, but it's so black. So maybe this black shadow, you know, wasn't necessarily intended. I mean, I know. I can't say that. All eyeshadow should be able to use anyway. Yeah, see, I kind of feel like the whole look's sort of gotten a bit messy now. Oh my god, no. This is my third eyeshadow palette review this week, and the last two were absolutely amazing. I was hoping for a trifecta. All right, I'm going to try some of these beautiful shimmers now. This one here, Pink Diamond, swatching it on my arm, I nearly died. So smooth, so buttery, such an incredible color. Absolutely loved it. But first I'm going to take Bubbly. This one here, it's like a beautiful champagne shimmer. And I'm going to try that. What the hell? It's not coming off on my eye at all. Didn't say on the back that I had to use a wet brush. Build your base with the mattes, dab the melted metals on your lids for a high shine foil finish, layer an extra coat using your fingers for an extreme metallic effect. Why? Look, okay. I'm like going in hard, pressing that brush in. Okay. That shadow does not work at all. Bubbly does not work at all. Oh my god, it's not working. It cost me like $120 to get this palette and it's not working. Okay, I'm going to try Moondust right next to it before we start wetting the brush. Moondust feels like a bit of a different formula actually. Definitely doesn't say you need a wet brush for the shimmers. It says you can layer on an additional layer to get an extreme metallic effect. But it says you should be able to use it with a brush. And this is a synthetic flat packing brush, which is literally perfect for shimmers. I mean, that one's a little better. Okay, I'm going to try Bubbly on my finger now. Like, when you swatch it, it comes up so well. Even then, it doesn't show up the same. What is this sorcery? Okay, I'm going to give up on the highlighting shades and I think I'll just do that later with a highlighter. Let's try Pink Diamond. First, I'm going to try it on the brush to be fair, but I'm a bit scared. So going into Pink Diamond, this beautiful cool tone pink, like I die. It's beautiful. It looks like it's picked up a bit more. Okay, I'm going to try a different brush. Let's try a natural hair brush. I mean, I'm rubbing really hard and the pigment is coming off. Oh man, my crease looks bad. But it's nothing like... is that a little better? Why is this failing? I feel like that does look better now. I think no brush, guys. Brushes are a fail. I thought the idea was that you could use brushes with this palette because that was everyone's issue with the last one. Like, you couldn't use a brush. So I'm just going to take Pink Diamond straight on my finger. Yeah, this was my issue. So in the palette, it's this beautiful, incredible, cool tone, vibrant, metallic, shimmery pink. Like, it looks like liquid metal. But then on my eye, it's actually kind of muddy. It's not like, the color doesn't look the same. Pink Diamond's definitely better than either Moon Dust or Bubbly. Like, it's definitely actually showing up now, but at the same time it doesn't look the same color, and I have packed it on, so it's got nothing to do with what's underneath. And I also don't really think it's fair if you can only use an eyeshadow if you have to use a white base. That kind of defeats the purpose. Okay, so let's try a different color. Let's try Rose Gold, which is right next to it. Formula of this one feels, it's definitely thinner, but it's like more of like a duochrome color. Oh, see, that shows up better. See how that looks more like the color that it actually is in the pan? That pink, like, it's so underwhelming. I also feel, to be fair, let's try them with a wet brush. Yeah, I think that it applies the same with a wet brush as it does with a finger. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm trying hard here. It's just not going well. Okay, going back into the lower lash line, I'm gonna rub that same color that we started first with, Demure. Just rubbing it through again. Like, that shadow is insane. I absolutely love Demure. I would buy that as a single in like literally a heartbeat. It's so nice. And then taking Black Truffle in the outer corners to match the lid, and then I think we'll finish with a little of Rose Gold. Oh, Trust Fund's really nice too though. Trust Fund is like this coppery color. Okay, so according to Huda, I don't need a wet brush. Let's take Trust Fund. Oh my god, it's not even picking up on the brush. Like, look. Where is the shadow? That might be only a finger color. Let's try Fling next to it. Oh my god. Oh my god, none of these are showing up on my brush at all. Okay, taking Fling. It's not there. And then we try and... What the okay, wet brush into Trust Fund. It still has not picked up any of that shadow. Oh my god, what is happening? Like, there's nothing there. Let's try wet brush into Fling. Fling shows up a little bit better. And then it doesn't come off on your skin. Oh, literally nothing on this side. I can't use my finger through the lower lash line. Like, I will literally end up gouging myself right in the eye. The part we're waiting for, let's try the black as an eyeliner. Okay, so my brush is wet and I'm going into Black Truffle now. It's definitely picked up a fair bit. Yeah, it's working. It's definitely working. It's not like extreme opacity. It might take some time, but it definitely works. I'm gonna finish my makeup off camera real quick and put some lashes on, and the rest of this I will do, and then I'll be right back and we're gonna chat about the palette. All right guys, so I've got the rest of my makeup done, and I feel like, you know, with lashes and with concealer and everything, it definitely looks considerably neater than it did earlier. But unfortunately guys, I really cannot recommend this palette to you. The shadows in it just aren't as vibrant and as bright as they are in the pans. All of these shimmers, they swatch okay with a finger, but once you get them on a brush, literally don't even show up on the eyes. The brown was patchy to blend with. The black was incredibly patchy to blend with. You saw, you know how much trouble, oh man, I really hate doing this. You saw how much trouble I was having with that. There are two eyeshadows in this that I loved. I loved Man Eater, really, really incredibly, you know, red, undertoned, vibrant blending color, and Demure, gorgeous transition color. I would buy them individually. I would 100%, if she did shadows individually, I would purchase them individually and use them regularly. But as for the whole palette, I really do not recommend that you guys spend your money on this. I don't think that you're getting what you're paying for it. It is a very, very expensive palette. It's $65 for us here in Australia. Like, you know, it cost like $110, $120 for me to get this here to me. So it was extremely expensive. But even for you guys picking it up in the States, in Sephora or in the UK, she is pricey. And for something that's priced that much, I want it to work. I need every single shadow in the palette to work because that is a ton of money. Really, I'm so disappointed. And it's funny, I did 3 eyeshadow palette reviews this week and I've been waiting for Friday because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to try this. It looks insane. And I just feel like I was really, really let down. One thing I will say though, I've got the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk eyeshadow palette and I absolutely love this palette. I use it all the time. The formulas in there are really great to work with. It swatches well. I was a little bit iffy about some of the mattes to start with because they were kind of powdery and quite dry, but they genuinely work quite well on the lids. If you're going to be choosing between the two of these, I would 100% recommend you pick up the Desert Dusk palette instead of this one. Like, this one just really, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I hope this video was helpful. Please leave me any questions that you have in the comment section down below as always. And also let me know in the comments what other eyeshadow palettes you would like me to review or any other products, or even if you just want to say hi, if you want to say you loved the video, you want to say you hated it, it's fine. Let me know. I'm all about honesty. I love you guys so, so much. I hope you're having a great day and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye.